Hi,
Hello,
my name
Jeff.
is Gerhard Schwartner, and welcome to our LinkedIn Live podcast. And we have a special guest, Thomas Ross, who's joining us from Fargo, North Dakota. And he's Vice President of Sale of Soar.com. Welcome, Thomas. What's the temperature?
The temperature's not too bad, but I'm going to have to be honest with you in the audience. I'm actually in Minnesota this morning. I'm out
Oh,
in
wonderful.
Fergus Falls, Minnesota, and the temperature's not a lot different than Fargo. So we're probably around. I'm going to guess we are around 10 degrees or something like that today. But
Yikes.
we have a 50-mile-an-hour wind going on. So if you hear howling in the back, that's what's going on.
It's minus 20 or 30.
With the wind, it probably is.
Right.
Yes.
But there's something hot going on in this world, which is AI, and it's going to transform everything, every single sales process. And I want you to, you have a portfolio of companies that are all involved in AI. I want you to explain and share what are the best practices for integrating all this into a cohesive strategy.
Well, that's a heck of a question, and you're right. AI is not only going to, it is changing everything that we're doing already. And yes, we do have a portfolio of different AI solutions available to different areas of the market, and what it can do today, from our perspective, and what's important is how you use it. That is to say, it's less about the flash in the pan or the flavor of the month or what the newest and greatest is, because every day we wake up and there's a new element being added to the AI pile that keeps growing. That's not what's important. What's important is how are we going to use it today, and are we going to get impact? And of course, in business, impact is all about ROI. So, what's the return on our investment going to be? And as we said in your recent event over the last couple of days, and as I say to everybody, playtime is over. It's now time to put these tools to work and actually get the results you were looking for. And you can't do that without a plan.
Well, into that end, we have a masterclass on March 13th, and we want to invite the audience to participate because you get three things. You get sort of a worksheet that will help you develop a roadmap for your company where you make an assessment of your current situation of your AI readiness. Secondly, we are going to discuss how to align your strategy with AI tools so you can reach your goals. And then you walk away with a blueprint or a roadmap, if you will, so you can implement AI successfully without hurting yourself because AI is can be tricky, right?
100%. And you said that so well. I would add to that for most organizations, when we really dig into it, and that's why we have a 4-hour workshop. It's not about getting up on stage or in front of a podium and doing a rah-rah on what your AI should look like. It's about working with you one-on-one in the workshop and actually finding out, what are you doing today? And why are you doing that? And what is your strategy, or do you have one? Is it really coalescing around the objectives of the organization, or isn't it? And then on that basis, once we've established, so here's your goal. So now let's look at how AI can play a role with respect to meeting that goal and what time frame, right? The reality is that many of the organizations, from Gartner to McKinsey to all of them, will tell you it takes 12 to 18 months to implement a proper cohesive AI plan. So the idea that you're going to buy something and have it in place by next Wednesday is it's not going to happen. So
Yeah, that's a pipe dream. But what I'm excited about is we keep the group size limited to 20 people.
yes,
And it is a hybrid. Some can participate in person, others can participate online. But here's the good thing that we will share best practices through the experience of the participants and not just our expertise, because I think AI requires multiple counselors, multiple perspectives, because we cannot think of everything, and nobody knows everything about AI. But in a group where everybody contributes something, it's like a potluck dinner. Everybody brings a dish, everybody leaves satisfied.
That's a great analogy, Gard. I love that. So nobody goes away hungry. Um, that's a great, yes, and that's the idea. And we will have other experts with us. We will have Alex from Fuel Inc. to talk about his amazing set of solutions and how they may or may not play a role in the importance as against the objectives with respect to the attendance that we do have at the event. But you're right, really about the one-on-one with you and your team. And the reason it's hybrid is because the leaders or some of the group may be on site while others in the team may be virtual. And we break everybody up into groups so that we can work with each group and actually create that AI roadmap, which facilitates the end result of that potluck dinner.
And if you go in the market and shop for an experience like that, you the only choice is to get with a very high price consulting group, and they will charge you 15, 20, $30,000 for that, or maybe more. And our potluck dinner is only $4.95.
That's very true. And you won't get a templated PowerPoint with your name put at the top, right?
Yeah.
You're really going to get something out of it that is based upon your needs and what you're doing. And then from that, you can hit the ground running and actually begin your 12 to 18-month journey to actually get the impact from AI that you should have been getting in the first place.
And it's on March 13th. It begins at 8:30. It's in Arlington, Virginia, easy to get to, National Airport. And we are at the Sheraton. And we would love for you to sign up. And we will publish a link below where you can sign up. So tell us about there is going to be a surprise. We have a partnership with a company that is going to shock you when you see that AI function live in the conference room.
That's right. Our sponsor and our partner in this is OneMind. And OneMind is going to be showing us how their incredible AI model works and how you can be using that in your business today. And that's going to be front and center. And again, it's like any other technology that's coming forward. It may or may not be part of your immediate plan, but to show you what can be done and how it works and actually give you the hands-on experience with it is something you're just not going to get without being at an event like this. Otherwise, you're going to have to pay for it and buy it.
Yeah, just imagine the collective intelligence of the world of selling packed into one mind, where you can have a conversation with that virtual agent and get just about every question answered. And I've been looking at hundreds of AI tools, and I put this on top of the list.
Yes, I couldn't agree with you more. Having what they call a superhuman SDR, right? So somebody who actually plays that role and gets people at the top of the funnel to come in and they can ask questions. They can then move quite a distance into your sales process so that your team can now take over on a qualified opportunity and actually do a lot more with that lead than they might have been able to do otherwise.
And here's the other thing. We ran the AI Sales Summit over the last 2 days. We had over 1,100 director level sales leaders from 70 countries participate. And I was blown away by the level of chaos and confusion on the part of the audience, because nobody has what we want to offer, which is clarity. And essentially, we will help you translate all that confusion into a state of clarity for your business so you can turn clarity into cash.
And that's a great way to put it. At the end of the day, this is about the results. And if your result is better, higher revenues, at a lower cost point, more efficiently, and at scale consistently, then this is the session you don't want to miss, because we're going to show you how to do that.
And I will bring a special gift, which is a list of 480 companies. And by the time we go into have this, it's going to be 500, where you can look at 500 different AI solutions that are designed unique specifically for sales. So we'll give you the website, we give you the name of the CEO, we give you the LinkedIn link to the people in the company, so you can shop those tools and then decide which one fits best, because there is tool confusion and you want clarity. And that's why we worked over the last 4 weeks to develop that list. And that's my gift to everybody that participates.
In addition, and that's wonderful, and you're just not going to get that anywhere else, especially from Gerhard. So I think that's a very, very powerful tool. But you're going to actually walk away with a document. And by the way, this does require, and I want everybody to be aware of this, this requires a little bit of effort from everybody who attends before they get there. So we're going to be sending you a workbook that you need to get started on and actually put some good data in that we will be working with you and your team on explicitly and directly at the event, so that by the time we're finished that 4 hours, we're going to complete that workbook, and you're going to have a document, both electronic and hard copy, that you can now go forward with and work with. So this isn't about fluffy marketing PowerPoints. This is about how do we hit the ground running as an organization and actually get results.
And I want to add a philosophical dimension when it comes to earning your future. There are really two requirements. One is understanding the past, and that is a challenge because there are historical inaccuracies. But it also requires understanding the present. And that is even more challenging because you don't have all the information available. And what I can say from my 4 decades worth of experience in publishing, I've interviewed so many people, and the people who developed an amazing future, they all had a better understanding of what is happening in the present moment than anybody else. Why? Because they're surrounded themselves with a multitude of counselors, of experts. And one particular example is Mark Benioff. When I met him, he has reached out to so many people in other disciplines, like the Dalai Lama about spirituality, or Colin Powell about, when he developed his foundation, he had Colin Powell in charge of that foundation. So just imagine, I had a general, a trained general, running an army of volunteers and what they have accomplished. And you should go to sellingpower.com and watch that interview that I did with Mark Benioff that we played yesterday at the AI Sales Summit. You're going to get so inspired. We're going to publish this on Monday on sellingpower.com. But my point is, if you want to earn your future, you owe it to yourself to understand the present opportunities. And the other thing that Benioff taught me a long time ago is you need to have a beginner's mind. And there's actually a book on that topic, The Beginner's Mind, which means that you focus not just on what you know, but you focus on the available opportunities in the present moment. And unless you have that state of mind, you're not going to earn your future.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with that more. That's exactly where you have to be. With things moving as quickly as they are, if you're not moving with it, you're going to get run over by it. And that's what's happening in many cases. I told this story yesterday, and I tell it, and I can tell it new every day because I'm speaking to another CEO. And in fact, we'll ask them, how many AI solutions does your company currently use? And they'll usually come back with a number like a couple or a few. and we'll challenge them on that. And in meeting further with them or their CIO or anybody else in the team, we soon discover it's not a couple of few, it's 20 or 30, right? So they have no idea what they're using, why they're using it, who's using it, or what value they are or aren't getting from it. And that's where it starts. So if you aren't aware of, as you say, where you are today, technologically as a company, as a business in your market with your customers, then how are you going to get where you want to go tomorrow, right? And AI is no different. AI is just a tool to help you do what you just said. And that is to get in the headspace so that you are now in a position where you can think ahead and actually be in a better position than your competition tomorrow.
And what I learned from you makes a lot of sense, which is that AI should be your core strategy for building your business, building your revenue engine. And if it's not driven by a strategy, it's going to be driven by serendipity, and it's going to stutter along the way, and you're going to stumble, and you're not going to reach your numbers. And I have tracked some of the companies that you have been working with, Thomas, and I'm impressed with how consistently they are successful.
Yeah, and that's true in many cases. With respect to that, and the more focused they are, and the more we can work with them to align and integrate the solutions across the organization, the enterprise, the more likely that is to occur quickly and consistently. And that's really the tricky thing, right?
So all we are asking you, if you're interested, reach out to us. All we are asking is for 4 hours, $495. You get 4 hours worth of jam-packed information and highly concentrated work and a great idea exchange with 20 of your peers, director level sales leaders, and you walk away with a solid blueprint for using AI as your core strategy to bring your business to a higher level of success.
Very much more. And I would only add to that, you're going to have fun and you're going to enjoy it because it's a great, it's a great exercise. We've never done this where everybody hasn't come away really enthusiastic and full of energy in terms of their next step, because it is fun. And, we can laugh at, as a group, the different mistakes that we all make, right? And learn from. And that's what this is about.
Exactly. We don't want to repeat the past. We want to prepare the future. And we want to be humble and hungry. And my commitment is I want to help you win. And Thomas wants to do the same.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, thank you. We're going to publish the link for our masterclass on March 13th below. And I hope to see you in person and work with you together, shoulder to shoulder. We're going to win.
Looking forward to it. And thank you so much, Gerhard.
Thank you, Thomas.
Bye-bye.